The face of small towns across the state is changing for the better. Communities are using federal and state historic preservation tax credits to make the old new again. Jonita Mullins is the Main Street Program Manager for Muskogee.
The Main Street program is a national program that was begun by the National Trust for Historic Preservation, aimed at revitalizing America's downtowns, incorporating economic development into historic preservation. So we recognize that you can save an old building, but if you don't put a viable business into it, you probably really haven't saved it. It's just eventually going to fall down. So you've got to get businesses into those old buildings.
Main Street managers say the program is the most important economic tool that small towns have, because when their towns look good, it attracts visitors and possibly new residents, something Mullins says is getting harder and harder to do.
Well, as you know, the rural towns are really struggling to survive. All the census records are showing that people are abandoning rural America. So if you have a strong program to promote your town, like the Main Street program, I think it goes a long ways to helping those smaller communities survive.
Preserving history in Sapulpa's downtown is focused along an historic road. This is the Wells Building. It sits on Route 66, the community's main thoroughfare. The 5-story building used to be an eyesore. For years, the brick was covered with a metal facade. Now the exterior is back, much as it was when it was first built 94 years ago. It sits right next to Sapulpa's historic courthouse.
It's the largest building we have. It's 47,000 square feet. And after you see the courthouse, when you're driving into town on Route 66, it is the building that you see. It stands out. And we had a big metal facade covering up the beautiful brick. And now it's just gorgeous. It's completely changed the architectural landscape of downtown. And it's kind of a source of pride now.
40% of the restoration project was financed through state and federal tax credits for historic preservation, and the building is now being used to provide affordable housing for seniors. According to Sapulpa's Main Street Director, Janet Beal, restoring historic buildings does so much more for the town.
To have a building that's actively being used means a lot. You don't want to have an empty building in your downtown. It just makes the property values go down. And when people see big projects like this done, that means that other buildings get done in your downtown. And you could possibly have people that come into your town and say, you know, these seniors are going to need things like groceries and more restaurants and more stores to go visit, because a lot of them won't have cars and they'll just have to walk around. So it really means the world for us.
Muskogee is home to the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame and the 5 Civilized Tribes Museum. Their historic downtown, however, is still a work in progress. Plans call for retailers to take over renovated office space and make this town the treasure it once was.
I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee.
People do recognize when you say I'm from Muskogee, they'll start singing the song. They know it. And so we got publicity that we couldn't have paid for.
Main Street renovation is a key to Muskogee's plans of continued economic growth. There are ongoing meetings to encourage other communities to benefit from tax credits to restore Oklahoma's historic main streets.